Hello everyone, my name is Chelladoodle and today we're doing a challenge I want to call the Piano Man Challenge. So as you can see, this is sped up. So in this challenge, I took a sim who was completely broke, no money, had his lot, and he had to make a certain amount of money to kind of complete the challenge, and he could only play the piano, hence the name. So I sped this up. This challenge only took me about an hour to do, and I kind of defined it as he had a house that's functioning, could be better, but I didn't want to spend too much time on it. I had already spent an hour, but it was a really fast challenge too. It was fun though. It was hard in certain aspects, but also an easier challenge in some aspects. Some of the harder ones were the needs at the beginning, because he would get tired at night. I'm like, no, you're not sleeping. This is when everyone's at the bar. You're playing now. So his needs would get really low, and then just having the bench. So a typical rags to riches, just with a piano. The social was actually also difficult, which I found super surprising, just due to the fact that he's playing and performing for people. He just never talked to people. So, like, he, for the longest time, didn't have any friends, and eventually made, like, one friend, like, a girl who was at the bar all the time. I did eventually have him end up dating her because I felt bad that he knew no one. So, I tried to make his life a little happier because he had just been grinding the piano. I cannot remember what skill he reached. I believe he reached either 9 or 10 on the piano, but he just grind the piano. There are definitely easier ways to do this challenge, though. I think one of the easier ways to do this would have been setting lot traits to the bar. Also, you can see here, he would not sleep. I don't know what was wrong with my game. I have never had this issue before. I haven't had it since this was recorded either. Refused to sleep. He would not sleep on his lot. He just wouldn't. So it was just extremely frustrating. So I had to manage worlds multiple times. I got very frustrated. So if this was the actual full hour where I was talking the entire time, you would have just seen me yelling at the bed for a good 10-20 minutes, because again, you can see my frustration. Try to bench, wouldn't sleep on the bench, and this time it wasn't raining. One of the first times it was raining, so I was like, or now it's raining too, and it was just so glitchy, which I've never seen before or even heard about before, so I was just frustrated. But now we're back to playing the piano. We made money surprisingly fast. At the beginning, it was kind of slow going, but once we hit a few levels, it went really fast. So the way tips work with The Sims 4 with the piano is every level you get $2 extra per tip. So first level $2, second level 4, and that goes all the way up to $20. So by the time you hit level, I want to say 5, you're making $10. That's a lot of money, and this challenge goes really fast. And you can see my sim just made about over $100. So he's able to start affording things, and it got a lot easier. And also, once the stupid bed thing was over, things got a lot easier, a lot faster. Also, bathroom was a challenge in this one, like with the shower. So thankfully there was a shower, there was a gym with a shower next to the bar. Well, sorry, not a bar. I keep calling it a bar, but it's a nightclub apparently. It looks like a bar to me. I don't know what the difference is. So I found that interesting. Here you can see he's actually talking to people because his social got really low. I believe I made him a loner though. So this was actually the second time I did this. The first time I did try to talk through it, but it did not go well, and just I had a ton of issues with it, so I had to restart. I got maybe 5-10 minutes into it, but I had already seen the social problems, so I made this sim a loner. So wasn't the first time, but it was definitely the longest I've done this. And I am hoping to eventually do this with other kinds of instruments as well. I think it could be really fun to try with the guitar and the violin and all that. I think it could be super fun. I also did this on just an empty lot. I think it could also be very interesting to do something in an apartment where you do have to pay the rent. I don't know what happens when you don't pay the rent. I have never seen that actually happen. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments because I am thinking about trying it, but I want to see what you guys think of these videos. So we will see. Also, his hunger was extremely frustrating too, because for the longest time I didn't want to spend money on food until I figured out, oh, just have him buy a pretzel or something until I could get a fridge. And honestly, the ham and cheese sandwich in the fridge is amazing. It fills up your Sim's needs super fast. It's amazing and I love it. It is so helpful. And now you can kind of see my Sim. He is doing really well. He is making a lot of money fast. His needs are pretty bad, but with how big that crowd was, I did not want him to leave. Plus, I always try to get him up like one level per playing thing, like playing session, I guess, like per busking session. That's what this would technically be called. I also kind of freaked because there was a rainstorm and I finally had a fridge. I did not want that breaking. I also picked the cheapest door, so he got a glass door to stuff, so that was great. So yeah, his bladder need, I also thought he was going to pee himself at this point just because we couldn't afford a toilet yet. We had 69 simoleons. That's not enough for a toilet. Toilets are expensive in this game. So yeah. Also, there was one point when I came to the bar, we probably already passed this, where I walked in, there was a ton of Sims. They all walked straight out. I was not happy because then the bar was just empty for like a Sim hour. So that was frustrating. But you can see he's making money fast now. He's exhausted, but I think this is when we really start upgrading the house as well. Because he finally gets a toilet. Yeah, this is when I really start upgrading the house, messing with the roof. I am still struggling with roofing, so I'm working on that. You guys hopefully will see my roofing in my building getting better and better as time goes on. Landscaping too is definitely a challenge, so I'm working on that. If you want to see that progress with speed builds, let me know in the comments and I'll be trying to do more speed builds as well. Then again, the social was a huge issue, and just yeah, the social was probably the biggest challenge of this. Thankfully, it's not the end of the world, but if he got tense, he wouldn't be doing as good with the music, which would have been a problem. There you can see I'm starting to really use the ham and cheese sandwich all the time, which was super useful. Then at this point, we're getting near the end, so I'm going to have him start talking to his one friend and start dating her so he actually gets a social life, as you can see here. But that is near the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos and challenges, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.